So this talk by the Tims, Tim Berners-Lee and Tim O'Reilly, they're just kind of going back and forth about the future of the internet and the whole semantic web and um, where where Tim Berners-Lee, who kind of invented the World Wide Web, feels that the whole thing is going. They talk about the semantic web at near the beginning of the talk, and they talk back and forth for a while about Tim O'Reilly feels that the semantic web, the whole idea of like users actually going in and creating the semantic web in the form of like making tags and documenting what the semantics of the web are, is kind of not where we need to go, but we need to go more towards some of the things that Google has done, where they actually kind of interpolate the semantics of the internet based on the text that's around something or some idea, so that they can actually kind of get a good idea of what the information is available based on that. And while they were talking about that, I started thinking a lot about how, well, they talked about pictures and how people have been they can teach the machine to basically like pick out people's faces, such that once you start tagging these faces with certain people, the machine can kind of start learning where each of those faces are, and kind of figuring out who looks like what. And that's all well and good, but at the same time, what about tagging pictures with labels such as like trees or grass? These kind of things are a lot harder to teach a machine, because there's no way to kind of interpolate, no standard way of doing that. And it made me think of just kind of like Google, in order to tackle this problem, actually just used crowdsourcing, which is people going in and tagging. And I just feel like I think we could probably get much better results than even trying to teach the machine to kind of infer this information, if we were to create some sort of game where the users of the internet were actually the ones to go in and do this. Because Google was able to document all of their pictures with all these tags in a matter of months. And all of their pictures in a matter of months, just with this little game that people would play, that was kind of an ESP game where two strangers would get together and try and come up with the same tags for an image. And the more tags that you both came up with at the same time, more points you got for that. And if we could do that with the same kind of thing with text, I feel like we could get a lot better results than simply trying to figure out the text that's surrounding something.